Guess what? We're back.
I was about to say.
And we're back.
It's been an exciting week.
Yes.
3-4 days. Kevin went on a road trip.
Yeah.
He found Bigfoot.
I did find Bigfoot.
In his pants.
I hung out with him, man. Had some Jack Link's beef jerky. It was fucking awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, son. So while I was gone,
Something
there were
happened.
some big NBA trades that went down.
Trades.
Well, yeah, trades.
Sort of.
Trades, transactions,
A lot of moving and shaking.
Yes, sir.
Jason Kidd is a Knick. Jeremy Lin is going to the Rockets. Darren Williams is staying in Brooklyn. Dwight Howard's staying in Orlando because Brooklyn can't afford him now because they went off and got Joe Johnson of all people.
Oh,
I don't even know the last time that dude was relevant. I'm just trying to get through the useless shit. Dallas keeps not re-signing people because they fucked up last year when they didn't re-sign Tyson Chandler. So they lose Jason Kidd. OKC, dude, should we start there? And this is where the
Why don't we start there with OKC?
Okay. Yeah.
They go out and get. Go ahead, George, because you seem very excited about this.
Hot.
Boner-esque about it.
His last name's Tabit. Yeah, I know he plays in the D League. And by the D League, that means he did not make an NBA team. He got drafted in probably the first 6 picks when he got drafted.
I believe he was.
And he got sent to the fucking D League, not once but twice. This is one
3
of the type of dudes. He's like
scrub.
seven, like.
wow.
That's funny. You know what? This is the first night where Kevin and Jimmy have made me laugh on the same show. Anyway, this Bama is 7'2", so I don't know why OKC decided to spend any money on him because the last thing they need is another big man in the middle who can't do shit.
Yeah,
because Sam Perkins did shit. Sam Perkins.
Kendrick. But yeah,
Every fucking time.
well, you know what? Sam Perkins.
Sam Perkins.
Hey, he appreciates it because it brings him back to relevancy.
I know because the Knicks on his recliner at his house.
Sam Perkins played for the Supersonics, which is OKC.
The Lakers beat the Supersonics.
Damn.
But yeah,
anyway,
the beat is not going to. He doesn't do anything other than block shots.
Right,
so
why
and they
they
already
get him?
have Serge Ibaka, who's
friends with the
I've
guy
heard
who
on
did
this
the
show is
fucking
handcuffed to the
carpet.
rim.
Oh yeah.
So they've got one guy handcuffed to the rim.
Perkins and a waitress, I thought.
Oh jeez.
Oh
Sweet
God.
geez, did Tiger come
Anyway.
in?
Oh wow.
So what do you think? Does this improve?
No.
Hell no. This was a bad signing.
Did what
What do they gain? I don't get what they gain.
Did
5
they lose
fouls.
anybody?
No.
Did the Thunder lose? They didn't
No,
lose
they have
anybody.
everybody under contract for the next season.
Okay, now
They're gonna have-
Dallas is irrelevant.
Dallas is
San
hurt
Antonio
themselves.
did nothing to strengthen what they're coming back with the same.
No, those guys are dust.
Same. Yeah, good point.
Pacers haven't done anything on
Houston.
the East.
They're a
signed-
well-coached team. They made
Now
some
that is
pretty-
official. The Knicks are not going to match that offer.
I don't think so.
No,
At
Jeremy
this-
Lin has signed with Houston now.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know he
They
did
can't
sign, but
until 11th, I thought.
but I thought that New York does have an option to match that offer.
And they would be highly overpaying from what they say. But let's face it, if Jason Kidd is your only option, he cannot play a full 82-game season.
No, I didn't.
just
Honestly, Jason Kidd, I didn't even know he was still playing. I mean, this is going on
He
20
played-
years.
He played with Dallas last season.
Yeah, he played when they won the championship, son.
Well, look,
Yeah, I knew that.
Well, let's go from one old point guard to another old point guard. Jason Kidd's been in the league just about as long as Steve Nash, right?
Well, Nash came at the
Close.
same time as
I mean-
Kobe, Ray Allen.
Yeah, I think he was a
and-
few. I think he was a few years after because I think Jason Kidd was in the early 90s, like
95,
92, 93,
okay.
Yeah.
and I think
Okay.
Steve Nash was more like
And
95.
you got to think about this. Nash, what we're getting at is the Lakers acquired Steve Nash.
Right, and they gave up draft picks.
They gave up draft picks. Nash is an older player. I mean,
But he
where?
plays so good.
But last year the only person that had more assists in the league was Rondo.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. I mean, Steve Nash has been a maestro
Wait.
for
Can you
years.
say that again?
Rondo. That's a funny name.
Rondo.
Yeah, Rondo. I mean, he's the only person that had more assists.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating offenses and running shows for years. And
He's a
let me tell
smart-
you, he's going to make a big difference out there in L.A.
He really is going to make a big difference, and I think if they can acquire Grant Hill as well.
Oh
it
wow,
could be-
yeah,
it
that
could
would
be good.
That would add some spice to that team as well. I mean, he doesn't have the
Nice.
game that he
Nice.
used
Motherfucking
to.
Icy Hot's the only spicy thing
That could
about
add
that
some
motherfucker.
nutmeg to that team and maybe some thyme and clover. What about some garlic powder?
Wow. Do I really sound that bad?
Yes.
Yes.
When you said spice, yes.
Spice.
Yeah. That's bad.
Have some onion powder.
Basically, what this gives is they have a real point guard now. They tried with Ramon Sessions. They tried with Derek Fisher. No knock on Derek Fisher, but he's old and slow. We saw that OKC because he never got off the bench. He can't guard anyone, and he doesn't do a whole lot, but gets you about 3 minutes of break for Westbrook.
And gives you a 3 every once in a while. Well, the thing is this, though. The one thing that the Lakers do give up is defense. They're going to have to run the fucking floor because Nash is not,
Yeah.
You know?
Powell?
Yeah,
not
Powell
a runner.
And those
Kobe
guys
and those knees?
Yeah. I mean, he's going to make people get open. They're going to get a lot more looks, and he's going to spread the floor. But the problem is that they're going to be a little bit more vulnerable in defense.
Right. It's going to come down to just like what Steve Nash is used to run out in Phoenix. You got to score more points.
Yeah.
Bottom line is I would imagine they're going to put up even more points. Kobe's going to probably lead the league in scoring next year, I would assume.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to rely on that. So if they're playing games 120, 130, that can be done. We've seen it done.
Kobe Bryant's not outscored Kevin Durant. It's just not going to happen.
He would have outscored him this year if he didn't.
I mean, all it comes down to me, Jordan. I'm not saying he's a better scorer or anything. I'm just saying that I think he's going to have more opportunities where he's best in a position to score.
Wait, what are you talking about? Westbrook doesn't get the ball to Durant in his best position to score? What are you talking about? Fucking Westbrook's one of the best point guards in the league.
Yeah,
for
He's
himself.
Not a fucking point guard. He's
so that's what I think. If really you look at the West,
you're the GM of the Lakers. Mm-hmm. What are you trying to make any more moves?
if I'm the GM,
he's searching for Kwame Brown.
If I'm the GM for the Lakers, I'm trying to sign Grant Hill because he works good with Steve
Nash. Okay, so you get Grant Hill.
But the big thing I'm trying to do is get Dwight Howard there.
Good answer.
Because he's such a fucking good defensive player. He's such a good defensive player, and he's a better.
Well, he's a great rebounder too.
Yeah.
Dude, the inside-outside game you'd have, you're going to have to – you can't – in the low block, the low block. Let's face it, Dwight Howard needs the ball about 2.5, 3
Yeah,
feet
he's a dunker.
And if they could get Howard for buying him and some picks.
You don't have any picks left. You will be giving up your 2019 draft picks. Did you see what they gave up?
If they can get some picks,
it may be worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, or give away some other players. Like say, okay, we'll give away some because now we got give away Blake and somebody else.
Fucking Matt Barnes. Send Matt Barnes.
Oh wow.
Matt Barnes. Or whatever.
Steve Blake. Yeah.
Blake, Barnes, and Walton, and fucking Bynum.
You can't get rid of Walton.
Hey,
Walton
why don't you throw in some?
Why is he on the team? He never plays.
Throw in some assistant coaches too.
Dude,
while you're at it,
he didn't even get in versus the Wizards.
Shawshank Redemption, Sean.
Shun.
But anyway, it doesn't matter in my opinion right now. As much of a Lakers fan as I am, the West is it's going to come out of the East.
Yeah, but it's a 2-horse race in the West, and I'm going to tell you right now, if OKC doesn't win their championship next year,
because they're going to implode. The team's going to blow up. They're not going to be able to keep all those.
It's a volatile situation.
No, because Westbrook comes across as a real prick.
Now, the Heat did great in signing Allen.
They signed who?
Ray Allen.
Who's that?
Well, he's the all-time leading.
Help me. Yeah, go ahead.
Three-point shooter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Made 3-pointers.
Yeah,
he beat Reggie Miller, I think. Passed his record.
He did pass him this year, I think.
And the one thing I noticed that the Heat did really well is they seem to be pretty unselfish at times because when a guy like Miller gets how many threes in that game 5?
Shane Battier had a bunch during the series.
And like I told these two gentlemen, I'm a Heat fan. This makes me even more of a Heat fan because I'm a LeBron fan.
And Ray Allen will play defense.
He doesn't even need to.
Yeah, try. Yeah.
I don't give a shit. All I want is Ray Allen to be there in the playoffs. I don't give a good goddamn if he plays 4 games the entire season.
Right.
He can sit out the whole fucking season as long as he's there for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's it. That's all I want him there for. I don't want him to be there all season long and miss the playoffs. Fuck that. Sit him a lot, rest him, and save him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you will. If you thought they had problems with fucking Mike Miller and Shane Battier, shit.
Now, let me ask you something. This is a stretch. Chicago, because everybody forgot about them, but they did compete well against the Heat this year, and we're doing well and had the best record in the league until Derrick Rose went down. What do you think?
You're going to put LeBron James on Derrick Rose?
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
My feelings on it,
because they have no one else besides Derrick Rose.
I think LeBron James is going to fucking turn on the burners, man.
Dude, he did it in the playoffs. I've never seen a player do that.
I just think now the ring shit is over. All that pressure is off of him, and now I think he's just going to fucking just go crazy. I think he's going to just fucking start killing the record. Yeah, I think he's going to start killing the record books. As much as I hate to say it, because I don't want to see him do it against the Lakers, but I think he's going to start pummeling the record books. I think they're going to win a couple rings, a couple more.
Anderson pummeled Chael.
Yeah, he did.
Now, here's something that I have all the respect in the world for the guys who pioneered something or started something or did really great in an era. Right. But Larry Bird was having an interview. Now, I know Jimmy liked the old-time Celtics
teams.
Real
quick, Eric Gordon also signed with the Suns. Remember that?
Did he?
Yeah, $58 million.
The Hornets didn't match it?
No.
Oh.
He had $58 million.
Yeah, but, okay, name someone else on the Suns besides Eric Gordon. I'll wait.
Grant Hill.
Grant Hill. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Steve Nash did that shit with smoke and mirrors. They didn't make the playoffs.
What's the other guy? Dudley.
Dudley Do Right?
No, what's the other guy?
Dudley Do Wrong.
Oh God, what's his name? Channing
Tatum.
Channing Frye.
Channing Tatum. He's an actor, man.
Anyway, what I'm getting at is Larry Bird went out and gave an interview, and this is no disrespect to Larry Bird, but you need to pull your head out of your old fucking dusty ass, because this was the most absurd thing I've ever heard anyone say. He said he has no respect. I'm paraphrasing. Basically said he has little to no respect for players who go out and, quote, chase rings.
I like that.
Do you?
I didn't say it while you brought it up earlier because I wanted to bring it up now. I respect him saying that.
So being a Lakers fan, when Karl Malone and Gary Payton came to the Lakers, you didn't like that?
I mean, I liked it for the fact that the Lakers might could have won another, but I didn't like it. First of all, I was like, they got Phil Jackson. And it's like Phil Jackson looked confused. It didn't match. You had all these different personalities and stuff like this. I really respect what Magic Johnson and Larry Bird did. They were like, we're doing it with. That's why it was such a great rivalry.
But those guys, they didn't play in free agency.
Yeah, I mean, name a great rivalry in the NBA.
No, I mean, I agree. Celtics. It was a great rivalry. Yeah. But the thing is they both had great teams with guys that were Hall of Famers.
I mean, but they built those teams. Those guys stayed there. Like those guys got better around like Jordan did with Pippen.
They were also able to pay them too.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's definitely different now.
I mean, you had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you had James Worthy, you had Magic Johnson, Michael Cooper. I mean, you had guys on that team that were good players, Byron Scott, and then on the Celtics, you had Kevin McHale and Robert. I mean, those guys are major players, and they were able to stay there, and that was the key. And I agree, the free agency and all that changes it.
Well, the team too. They played them, and the players were willing to stay.
And salary cap.
Look at players leaving right now. Like look at Ray Allen. He's won a championship in Boston. What is he doing?
Going to win another one.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Right. I mean, but that's the thing.
If that's ultimately isn't that the ultimate goal? Like, if I'm going to play a sport, I ultimately want to be a champion. If I go and I look and here's
Bird and Magic were the kind of guys that are like, we're going to take our team, we're going to try to just really just do it us, play as a unit, as a team. And I think you saw more these teams. And you know what's funny? Let me tell you something, man. That's why you see the Lakers and the Celtics. Look at how many players have multiple rings. They stayed together and they work good as a unit. I mean, you look at how many players on how many Lakers have 4 or 5 rings, how many Celtics have 4 or 5 rings. I mean, you don't see that anymore. You just don't.
No.
Well, I see. That's what I find. Larry Bird should at least address the issue that the game has changed.
Yeah, it has.
The mentality has changed. Instead, he just went after him and said, I just blah, 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 blah. I'm old, blah, 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 blah. I played in the 40s, blah, 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 blah. I have 77 rings. Congratulations. I'm not knocking anything you did. But I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm a player and I'm Ray Allen and I'm looking at Kevin Garnett and we just got our asses kicked and I'm thinking, fuck, all I got to do is stand in the corner and wait for him to get me the ball and they're all going to draw it away and I have a chance to win? Because today's athlete, it's always about money. Now you have athletes who are like, fuck it, I'll take less money if it gives me a chance to win, and you knock them too.
And especially at the end of their career.
You can't do shit right as a fucking athlete anymore. You can't do shit right in our society, period, anymore.
I tell you what, there's one team in the NBA that still has that resembles that way.
The Hornets.
Nope.
San Antonio.
Absolutely.
How'd they do in the playoffs?
Well, they were there. They were good. I mean, they fucked up, obviously, but you got to think they still have got 2 or 3.
Yeah, they have the same. They have the same core of players,
and they've tried to build their and
they lost David Robinson because of retirement.
Well, yeah.
And the only other team that I can think of, in recent time that was like the Utah Jazz when Karl Malone and John Stockton and all those guys were there for a good while.
How'd that work out?
And Well, I mean, put it this way: they did lose the 2 titles, but they were a pretty consistent and pretty good product that was out on the floor.
Have you been to Utah?
Yeah,
anything would be a good product. Anything would be a good product.
Yeah, I mean that is their sports franchise.
Yeah. But I found it weird of Larry Bird of all people, who is
don't forget BYU.
Not only coached, but played and GM'd. He should have a good understanding, and he's doing it. I guess if there is a right way or wrong way, he's building a good. Well, when he still worked there, he had to build a good young team in Indiana through the draft. But with the draft being so like this year's NBA draft that we just had, saturated with pure shit.
Do you know who Larry Bird reminds me of? What he's dealing with? He reminds me of another coach.
Cooter.
It might be hard for you guys to figure this one out, but dealt with it. Larry Bird builds team. He has great teams. He's right on the edge of getting
Calipari.
Getting to a finals and stuff, and then he's like, you know what, I'm done with it.
NBA or pro? Larry Brown?
Not even NBA, not that sport, football.
Bill Belichick.
There was a coach that realized, you know what, it's time for me to move on and get out.
Joe
Gibbs.
Oh.
Yep. He was like this, and and the money got him back into it, and he did it, and he realized he saw it a long time ago. He saw it.
I think Tribe Called Quest made a song about Joe Gibbs last year with the Redskins. Time keeps passing me by, like that, because you could see it in Joe. This is gonna sound fucked up, but I truly felt bad for him because he looked like somebody's granddad who was standing on the sideline who had no fucking idea what was going on.
Yep.
It passed him by.
What quarter is this? What?
Yeah.
And here's the other thing.
Because he's thinking, okay, did we sign Joey Logano? Did we do this? Did we do that? Everybody else, because that motherfucker's race team is crazy.
Just for all of you out there, stay tuned, stay seated, because the shit that's about to come out about Joe Paterno is going to blow fucking mind.
Wow. Have you heard anything about it?
Yes.
Well, I mean, this is
preliminary shit.
Yeah, I mean, this is just me, though. I want to ask you something.
Okay.
If you guys worked that closely with somebody, and not only that, and they played for you before, wouldn't you think after 20 to 30 years, you would have a vibe that something's a bit off with people? I mean, I've worked with people. I just want to say, we've worked with people in general, and, there's people that I think, man, that dude's a little weird. I'm not saying that I would necessarily know for a fact, but I'm like, that's a bit off.
Right.
I mean, to me, that long of a time, I just think that you would know something was up, and you'd be trying to cover it up.
Joe might have been like, are you fucking those little boys and ass? He'd be like this. Yeah. Fuck you next, Joe. Look at Jimmy. Jimmy's eyes got big, like, oh shit, suppose he slept to Joe like that. No, but in all seriousness,
Joe Paterno was fucking shook. Something was fucking wrong, because this is the preliminary shit. There were emails sent. So the top 2 guys that Joe Paterno reported to, he goes and talks to them because they found out about the Sandusky shit. Right. So they go and they talk to Joe Paterno, and Joe Paterno, after this meeting, so whatever was said in this meeting, someone in there between these 3 fucking jerk-offs decided it's a really good idea not to go tell the police.
Yeah.
Now, supposedly, the 2 top jerk-offs were all rip-roaring and ready to go talk to the cops. In comes Joe Paterno and says who knows what. But when the meeting was over, they decided we're going to handle it internally. And by handling it internally at Penn State, that means we're going to sweep the shit under the rug till it gets real fucked up.
Well, and the thing is
again, that's all preliminary.
Right.
They're doing an investigation by an outside company.
And I think what George was basically trying to say was, they had a president at the school, and they had a board of whatever. But the bottom line is, Joe Paterno runs Penn State.
No shit.
Yeah.
Look,
he runs Penn State.
Just like Bo Pickens runs fucking Oklahoma State University.
Bob Stoops fucking runs Oklahoma. And Bobby Bowden ran Florida State. That's the way the shit works.
And at that particular time, Penn State was coming off of, I believe, a 4-7 season. Their football program was not what it used to be. So you combine a story or something like that, or even, if that got out, I mean, I'm not saying that he was. I'm just saying that's how it looks, and I think we're just speculating. But let me tell you, it doesn't look good.
When that shit comes out, you're going to get an hour special.
Easily. And on that note, we're getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Dodge? You've been spending way too much time in the Wild Wild West.
I know, I'm fucked up.
Peace.
Out.
Ew.